A Cleveland police officer by the name of Miss Jennifer Killnap is suing the Cleveland Police Department and her partner, who is rookie police officer Bailey Gannon, for shooting her. Welcome to my world where all is well. I'm the thinker who thinks the thoughts that create the things. I'm also the proud queen chief of 3 Kings. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for turning on that notification bell. I would like to say thank you to my CIs, my confidential informants in my Secret Squirrel Society with the Queen Chief of 3 Kings for sending me emails with these stories. And I just give you my perspective on them. If you would like to be part of my CI, it's free, no charge. You can email me at my email address, which is listed in my channel description. But Cleveland police officer sues Cleveland Police Department, her chief and her partner, for shooting at her. Her and her partner were responding to a call in Cleveland. I believe they was dealing with an emotionally distressed subject who had locked himself in the bathroom with a gun. Now, Officer Jennifer Killnap and her partner, Officer Bailey Gannon, arrived on scene. When they find out that the guy is in the bathroom with a gun, for some reason, Jennifer's partner, Bailey, he runs away from the scene. And as he's running away, he's shooting his gun backwards behind him towards the scene. Now, this ain't the movies, this is real life. And I have been through the police academy. I have been through the gun range several times. I was not the best shooter. Sometimes it would take me a couple of times, a few times. I haven't many times y'all can come up with to get the qualifying score. When I first started policing. Now, where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. I don't recall ever being trained to shoot behind me. I have no sight behind me as far as I'm aware of. But anyway, he blindly shot his gun over his head, and it struck Officer Jennifer Killnap. Now, this Officer Bailey, who shot Officer Jennifer, is still on the force working as a police officer with the Cleveland Police Department. Now, Officer Jennifer have not been able to go back to work due to nerve damage and PTSD. And check this out. Cleveland Police Department charged the suspect who was in the bathroom with attempted murder for Officer Bailey having to shoot Officer Jennifer. Now, they have dropped the charges to the suspect because nowhere did I read that the suspect himself shot anything. But after the homicide unit got in, the way that the shots entered the bathroom door at a downward angle, they said it had to come from somebody shooting their gun behind them. How they figured that out, I don't know, but that's what they determined. Now, Officer Bailey was not disciplined at all, but after all this evidence they gathered, they found enough evidence to discipline Officer Jennifer for failing to turn on her body camera. Now, Officer Jennifer, we all know you should turn on your body camera. So, yes. Okay, so I can't argue with that, turn on your body camera. But my thing is, if you are going to find cause to discipline Officer Jennifer for not turning on her body camera, but you can't find cause to discipline an officer who shot his gun from behind while running away, shooting it behind him. I'm trying to think of any reason. Would any reasonable person, I'm not even going with any reasonable officer, what would cause any reasonable person to run away and shoot behind them. There's no other shots recalled being fired or anything. All you know is there's a man barricaded in the bathroom with a gun. We don't know if he was trying to shoot himself. We don't know if he barricaded himself because he was scared of the popo. We don't know. I don't have enough information. But all I know, the information I do have, is Officer Jennifer Kilman has hired attorney Matthew Besser up in Cleveland. Her officer who fed in the past. Now I understand we as officers, I don't want to use the word scared because it's not considered the good thing to do to say that an officer was scared on duty. But let's say some officers at some times may display feelings of fear at times, which I believe is normal and is healthy. Fear is healthy to have. Fear saves you from danger. If you don't have fear, then there's no need for barricades or anything. There's no need for us to hide behind barricades or shoot from a safe distance if we have no fear. So fear is healthy to have. It's because we have that healthy fear that gives us the tactics and the techniques that we need to use for a defensive tactical way of saving ourselves, including our safety vest from the bad guy. But if the bad guy is barricaded and you don't even know where your partner is, and you're putting your partner in danger, and you're still working, have not been charged with anything, if you had enough to charge the suspect. Now, there are times I've heard, I have never personally charged anyone with this that I can recall, but there are times where I've heard of officers having to shoot another suspect and another suspect on scene getting charged with that suspect's murder. So there's a time and place for that. There can be evidence and proof to show that they had to take this suspect out in order to prevent another life from being taken. Let's just say it that way. So in that area, I can see he's running away though, so I can't see whose life he was trying to protect by pointing his gun backwards behind him and shooting him. Where they do that at, Cleveland? Somebody please comment below and let me know if I'm right or if am I right. I just need to know if I'm right or if I'm right. That's all I need to know. So if you could let me know. But the city attorney is asking for the city to acknowledge their wrongdoing. My thing is, in my opinion, to me, I believe the Cleveland Police Department know that there was wrongdoing done. I think the fact that they disciplined Officer Jennifer for her body camera footage not being on is a way for them to sort of retaliate or threaten her or put fear in her not to do anything against the Cleveland Police Department, because they can say, well, she didn't have her body camera on. That's also against policy. But come on, we have to use common sense. I'm not trying to say y'all don't have common sense. Sometimes we get complacency and we use focus or situational awareness. Look at the whole big picture now. Come on now, look at the whole big picture. This officer has been injured. She has been shot. She has nerve damage. She has PTSD and unable to work. And out of all of this circumstances, your final resolve is to charge her or to discipline her, to discipline her for failure to have her body cam footage on. Out of all the evidence you've received, wow. We have to do better. We have to do better, Cleveland. I hope this will be a learning experience for you. I pray that Officer Jennifer Kilman gets made whole again or gets whatever she feels she deserves or desires, but to get her dignity back. And this has got to be humiliating for her after all she's gone through. To the only thing report she get is, well, we're gonna discipline you for not having your body camera footage on. At the same time, the guy who actually shot you is still on the force. Citizens of Cleveland, Ohio, I'm praying for your comfort and strength. because I don't know what to say to you. I would love to say call the cops, call Cleveland police if you need help. But if they have officers on the force, if they have one officer on the force, that's one too many, who shooting behind his head blindly, and they're still on the force, that tells me they're okay with that. Now, that's going to give other officers leeway to feel, okay, forget this training. We're going to look at movies, and we're going to shoot the way we see in movies. And forget serving and protecting. We're going to do it however we see fit to do it. But I don't know if I know any one person that lives in Cleveland, Ohio. If I do, God bless you. But whether I know somebody personally lives in Cleveland, Ohio or not, I don't wish this on anybody, especially from someone who should know better, who has been trained better, and someone who carries around a weapon every day for the most part. I don't know. But I'm praying for the best outcome in this situation for all parties involved. But a wrong has been done, and I believe it should be made right, and that Officer Jennifer Kidnap should receive whatever she feels. There is nothing that can be done, in my opinion, to make her whole again, which is what the legal term is for restitution, or try to make things right. Once something is so traumatic, once you experience it, you're never the same again. And it's like me, I've not been the same since I feel I was terminated by discrimination, by retaliation. I've not been the same. I have real bad social anxiety. I can't tell you the last time I've been to a public place, unless it's the church. For some reason I feel comfortable there, probably because that's a childhood thing. I grew up literally going to church just about every day. I grew up in a very strict Pentecostal and military household, so imagine that. Very strict parents. I love them dearly. So church, I go to church. I go to church on Sundays and Bible study on Wednesdays, and I go to the grocery store to go to the pharmacy and pick up my medicine. That's about it. Everything else, if I need it's delivered, or my sister, somebody go get it. When they go out to eat after church, I come home. It used to be a family thing. Sometimes my mom would cook after church on Sundays when we was growing up. Sometimes we would go out to eat as a family. Now I literally get anxiety. I can feel it coming up on me when they want to go anywhere public. I don't know why, what social anxiety has to do with my PTSD. I can't explain it. All I can tell you is this is something I'm dealing with, and it is a diagnosis that I have that I'm taking medication for, and I pray that it goes away one day, because the main reason is I have a 7-year-old king, and trust me, he's very social and likes to go out to social events and things like that, and I have to get to a point in my life where I can at least go to 1 or 2 social events with him 1 or twice a year or something like that. I would like to at least do the same for him as I was able to do for my first 2 kings. I know I'm not the same person now as I was with them when they was his age, but it is a hindrance for me, and I do blame my former employer for this. I really do. I believe if things would have been handled differently, then this depression and all the other things that I'm dealing with, the medication I'm dealing with, would not have happened. Imagine you being terminated while in a mental institution. And I just can't get over that, past that. And while you're still on FMLA, and your ADA rights violated, and your HIPAA rights violated. I don't want to get into all of this, but God bless you all. That's what I got to say about somebody. I don't know who's where. I keep my resources confidential. I never reveal my sources, but Somebody emailed me that video, so I looked at it, and this is my commentary on it. If you have any thoughts differently, anything you can bring to me in a different perspective, my heart is open, my mind is receptive, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for turning on that notification bell. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank God for you. All is well. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.